747. And I'm flying first class again. Today, I'm flying from Frankfurt to Tokyo Haneda with Lufthansa in first class on their iconic Boeing 747-8. My Lufthansa First Class experience started the moment I touched down in Frankfurt. A personal driver met us directly on the tarmac and we were escorted in a Volkswagen multivan. Normally, a Porsche or Mercedes is used, but since another couple was also flying first class, a larger vehicle was provided for us. If you are connecting in Frankfurt, keep in mind that you will be driven to a Lufthansa First Class lounge within the terminal, rather than a dedicated first class terminal. You can still visit the first class terminal, but you need to get there on your own. The Lufthansa First Class terminal is Lufthansa's most exclusive first class lounge in Frankfurt Airport. What makes it so special is that it's totally separated from the rest of the terminal. Stepping into the Lufthansa First Class terminal felt like walking into a private airport. As soon as you enter the Lufthansa First Class terminal, you notice the signature bar to your right, which serves as a lounge centerpiece. The bar is extremely well stocked, featuring an endless selection of drinks. To the left of the entrance, you find a selection of seating areas. This section also features 3 relaxing chairs. Inside the entrance to the left are 5 office spaces, all outfitted with sliding frosted glass doors for privacy. A unique feature for the first class terminal is their dedicated cigar lounge. The lounge offers 2 nap rooms, along with several bathrooms and shower rooms, and some also includes bathtubs. I didn't have the opportunity to film this since they were occupied during my visit. Speaking of bathtubs, the iconic souvenir from Lufthansa First Class terminal is a rubber duck, and there are some special editions available at different times of the year. On this visit, I was given a white duck. The highlight of the lounge is the extensive selection of food and drinks, including a huge bar and a restaurant offering a la carte dining and a buffet. When it's time to board, a Lufthansa representative will find you and guide you to the elevator. They will meet you downstairs for final immigration procedures, then arrange a car and a driver to take you directly to the plane. Lufthansa passenger transport fleets includes Porsche sedans and Volkswagen vans. I was driven to the plane in a Volkswagen multivan, which was nice and a unique experience. Of course, it would be better in a Porsche, but the ride was very short, so it didn't actually matter. The driver takes you straight to the aircraft door, where you're introduced to the purser. The purser greeted me and guided to my seat, 1 kilo, situated right in the nose of the plane. It's a truly unique opportunity to be seated both in front of the cockpit and ahead of the forward landing gear. Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 seats 364 passengers, 8 first class, 80 business class, 32 premium economy, and 244 in economy class. On the upper deck, you find 32 seats in a 2-2 layout. And in the main deck, you find 244 economy seats in a 3-4-3 layout, 32 premium economy in a 2-4-2 layout, 48 business class seats in a 2-2-2 layout, and 8 first class seats. My first impression of the first class cabin that it felt very classy and elegant, but a bit outdated. The beige and the white interiors pairs nicely with the dark grey seats. Lufthansa first class cabin might not be the most private option available compared to other competitors in the market, but it offers a unique experience. Alright, let's check out what the seats has to offer. Even though the Lufthansa first class cabin and seats have an outdated look, the seats are still very spacious and comfortable. Each seat also comes with 4 windows. In front of your seat, there's a 17-inch HD screen, and to the right is a decorative rose that enhances the ambience. Underneath the IT screen is the ottoman that functions as a storage compartment and can be adjusted to slide closer to you. Along the armrest, you find two smaller compartments. One of the storage compartments holds an AKG headphones. A water bottle holder is located further back of the armrest. A raised countertop extends slightly from the side, offering a perfect place to set down your drinks. The first class cabin on Lufthansa offers electronic window shades that you can easily raise all over with just a touch of a button. The tray table is both large and sturdy, and it folds out from the far end of the seat. If you like this content and want to see more, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps our channel grow so we can create even more videos. Thanks for your support. To the left of the seat are the seat controls, while the right side of the seat are the entertainment controls. On the forward edge of the left armrest features 4 shortcuts for seat controls. Under the left armrest, you find additional controls to adjust the seats, raise and lower the privacy divider, and move the ottoman back and forth. Each first class seat features a privacy divider that can be raised, giving you a cocoon-like feel without the door. On the forward edge of the right armrest, you find 4 shortcuts for play, pause, volume adjustment, channel surfing, and a call bell. The WIFI is operated by a remote control, which is stored under the right armrest. Beneath the armrest, you find a traditional seat back pocket with a safety card. There are 2 universal power outlets and 2 USB-A ports located in the front of the panel of your seat. You find an adjustable reading light built into your headrest, which can be adjusted as needed. And there's no individual air nozzles in the first class cabin. One thing worth mentioning about Lufthansa 747-8 first class cabin is the overhead bin arrangement. Seats 1 Alpha and 1 Kilo lacks overhead bins due to the curvature of the nose. Instead, lockers at the rear of the cabin compensate for the missing bins. Another flight attendant introduced herself and offered a warm towel along with a selection of pre-departure beverages and a bowl of macadamia nuts. And of course, I opted for champagne. Slippers and amenity kit were waiting at my seat when I boarded. After I got my champagne, the flight attendant brought over the pajamas. The slippers are very comfortable and well padded, and it's the best slippers I ever received from an airline. We were also given vouchers for free Wi-Fi. And lastly, the menu and wine list for a flight were also provided. Once we hit cruising altitude, the seat belt signs were turned off and the meal service started. Since the meal service was dine on demand, I opted for dinner right away. The food and drink menus were as follows. The meal options for this flight include both Western and Japanese choices for dinner and breakfast. I opted for the Western dinner and Japanese breakfast. Once the table was set, the flight attendant rolled out the trolley with the caviar. The food trolley was a nice feature that added a little extra luxury to the dining experience. The caviar came with toast, creme fraiche, eggs, and traditional garnishes, and it was absolutely delicious. I was asked if I liked a shot of vodka with it, but I chose to stick with my champagne, which I prefer with caviar. My rating, 10 out of 10. I mean, it can't go wrong with caviar. Next came the appetizer. There were 4 listed on the menu, but we were only served 3, and one of them wasn't on the menu at all. The appetizer was quite good, and we got served quail breast with red cabbage, raspberry, and almond, shrimp confit with shellfish broth, sweet potato, grapefruit, and spinach. And the third one wasn't listed on the menu, but it seems to be a goat cheese with lemon gel and some fried leeks. None of the dishes really stood out, but I enjoyed them all. My rating, 6 out of 10. The main course were next, and opted for the walnut-crusted beef fillet with kohlrabi, leek, and port wine jus. It's always exciting to order beef on a plane, since you never know if it will be overcooked. And unfortunately, in this case, it was. And I was quite disappointed, since I expected it better from Lufthansa. The dish was still tasty, but the overcooked steak really spoiled the overall experience. My rating, 5 out of 10. I decided to skip the cheese course and instead opted for dessert. And I went for the chocolate mousse with cherry and vanilla, which was very nice and delicious. My rating, 8 out of 10. At this point, I was full and ready to get some sleep. While the flight attendant preparing the bed, let's change into pajamas and check out the lavatory. Lufthansa offers 2 lavatories behind the first class cabin, only for first class passengers. The lavatories are spacious and each includes a window. The lavatories also include a cushioned seating area, making it easy and comfortable to change clothes. They are stocked with Aviation facial spray, mouthwash, shaving kit, and other toiletries. The 2-meter long bed was incredibly spacious, and the mattress pad was just right, neither too soft or too hard. Unfortunately, I didn't get much sleep because there was some strong turbulence that hit for a short period. It made me feel a bit nauseous, so I struggled to get some sleep, and I didn't have the appetite to try out the night snack menu either. The amenity kit were nice, but the clear pouch didn't give off a premium vibe. I expected something more luxurious, especially considering that many airlines like EVA Air offers more upscale amenity kits in business class. Still, the kit was well stocked with travel essentials, including body cream, an eye mask, socks, a dental kit with toothbrush and toothpaste, a hairbrush, peppermint drops, earplugs, and a shoe horn. The 17-inch WIFI screen was both outdated and undersized, especially when compared to larger and higher quality screens that offered by competitors both in business and first class. In addition to being undersized, the screen has extremely poor quality and had very low resolution. And the flight map didn't work during my flight, so I didn't see much point using the WIFI. For this flight, it was better to bring your own entertainment or use the Wi-Fi, but it wasn't better either. Lufthansa FlyNet Wi-Fi was also disappointing. The in-flight Wi-Fi was free for first-class passenger. However, the Wi-Fi was quite slow, and it was only useful for light browsing. I ran several speed tests, but the speed never exceeded 1.5 megabit per second. About 2 hours before landing, the second meal service started, and I went for the Japanese breakfast option. This traditional Japanese breakfast might not be for everyone. For me, it was just okay, but it was still quite tasty. My rating, 7 out of 10. Later on, the main course was served, which was grilled salmon fillet. Unfortunately, the grilled salmon was very dry, and I can't remember how many cups of green tea I needed to finish with it. And the rice was impossible to eat. It was either not microwaved long enough or understeamed. My rating, 2 out of 10. Flying the Boeing 747, the legendary Queen of the Skies, was an amazing experience. Sitting in the nose of the airplane is a truly unique experience. The first class experience begins immediately upon landing in Frankfurt if you're connecting with a personal pickup and drive. The Lufthansa First Class terminal is another unique highlight, offering a fantastic start to your journey. It's tough to beat the Lufthansa First Class ground service. It's the best I experienced so far. While the hard product in Lufthansa First Class cabin is classy and elegant, but it does feel a bit outdated. Especially when compared to competitors like Emirates or ANA, the seat doesn't offer the same level of privacy. Even though the somewhat old-fashioned design, the Lufthansa class seats remain spacious and comfortable. It's one of the best beds I experienced on a plane. I was disappointed with the soft product on this flight. The carrier service was excellent, but the rest of the meal, especially the overcooked steak, was underwhelming. And the very dry salmon fillet didn't make the experience any better. This was surprising since my first flight with Lufthansa First Class, they managed to perfectly cook the steak, and the food service was notably better. The service during this flight was good, with proactive and friendly flight attendants, but they were almost too professional. That may have made the service feel a bit impersonal. I may have just been unlucky with the catering on this flight, and I hope that's the case. Although Lufthansa First Class isn't on the same level as top-tier products like AMEX or ANA, it's still surprisingly good. But I'm not sure if I want to try out the Lufthansa First Class again until the new Allegris First and Business Class are released. But if you never experienced Lufthansa First Class before, you should definitely try it out. I would rather spend my money or points on other new business class products like Air France or ANA The Room, which offers a very premium product. In my opinion, Qatar Business Class product is one of the closest first class experience you can get on a business class flight if you combine it with Al Marjan Lounge and Qatar Q Suites. They even serve caviar in business class on selected flights now. Consider to like or subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to bringing more amazing content in the future. Until then, take care and see you next time.